Out here, uptown New Orleans. I'm sure y'all don't want to see this. Flip the camera around. How y'all been? Y'all doing all right? My sunglasses on, it's awfully bright. It's about 85 degrees out here. It's a little bit toasty, but it's not too bad. The humidity's not bad. Humidity's only about 60%, so it's not too bad. Got a little bit of breeze blowing. The river's a lot lower than it was last time I was out here 2 weeks ago. Huh. Beautiful, man. I guess it's falling apart. This little walkway is falling apart. It's a little bit dangerous because of cracks in the sidewalk. I guess they don't want people falling and busting their ass. So I guess they try to close it off, but people don't really want to close off. So this is I'm on the river side of the levee, so this is the unprotected area. Yeah, this was nice. I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, 25 years ago maybe, around 1995. I guess that was 30 years ago. Man, 1995 was 30 years ago. Could you imagine? Can you imagine 30 years ago? Let me try to hold the camera still. I'm sure it's bouncing all around. Y'all getting dizzy. Can you believe 1995 was 30 years ago? Wow. How y'all been? Y'all doing all right? Good, good. Glad to hear it. I got one person watching. Hey, welcome to the live stream. I'm uptown New Orleans on the riverfront. There's a little tugboat pushing them barges. River, Mississippi River, Old Muddy they call it. This is a playground for the kids and teenagers, even young adults probably out there playing soccer. Got a bunch of soccer fields, and further they got baseball fields. Yeah, this is the mighty Mississipp. This is Old Muddy, Mississippi River. Ooh, the breeze is coming. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. See, a bunch of y'all just joined. I don't know, I must have got pushed by YouTube. How y'all been? Y'all doing all right? It's the mighty Mississippi River. And it's come down a lot. 2 weeks ago, it was a lot higher. 2 weeks ago, it was a lot higher. It's approaching 17 feet on the scale, can't think of the word, on the gauge, the river gauge. The gauge where they check it is right over here on Carrollton Avenue. And if it would have kept rising, they would have had to open the spillway to relieve the pressure off the levees, because this is not the levee. The levee's over there, but this never floods. So this would never flood because it opened up the spillway before it got that high. They would just keep opening. There's 350 bays. They call them bays, and the spillway is about 1.5 miles wide, and so they open up more and more bays as they need to, trying to get to a better vantage point so y'all can see better the river. Man, it's a nice day out here in New Orleans, and it's almost, you can tell it's getting ready to be summer though. This used to be where they used to have a cruise, a riverboat cruise that left from downtown, which is only a few miles downriver, and it would come dock here, right over here, and then you can go to the zoo. The Audubon Zoo is right over there. One of the top. Excuse me. It's one of the top zoos in the country. I think it was in the top 5 or top 10 in the country a while ago. I don't know about recently, but it's a good zoo. It's worth the $20 admission. Probably like $17.50. I know it used to be $17.50. All these things are starting to fall apart. You can see how loose it is. The wood is rotting out, or termites got it, or whatever. And all these benches are rotten. 30 years old, I guess. Oh, you can see how fast the river looks like it's freaking moving. River's trying to get out to the Gulf of America. And if you take a cruise ship out of here, I think it's like 2 hours maybe. You're out into the Gulf. 2.5 hours. You're out into the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, whichever you want to call it. I don't know. Who has the right to name it? I don't know. No one really owns it, right? Who has the right to name that thing? So can Trump say that he changed in the name? That's the Mississippi River Bridge over there. It's funny because the river goes all kind of weird ways, but you can see that over there was the first Mississippi River Bridge in the area, the greater New Orleans area. I think it was built under the Huey P. Long administration. So they named it after Governor Huey P. Long. It was built in 1933, I believe, something like that. Like 1935 maybe. And that was the only bridge to cross the river. That was the only bridge to cross the river in the city of New Orleans until they built the bridge downtown, which I think opened around 1957. So like 25 years later, in the 50s or the 60s or early 60s, the second bridge in the area opened. Now they got two bridges down there. One goes each way. And it's bi-directional depending on the traffic, depending on the time of day. The lanes change directions. In the morning, they come into the city, and after 4 o'clock or after 3 o'clock, they change the lanes to where going back across the river back to the West Bank. It's funny they call it the West Bank because it's actually the West Bank of the Mississippi River. The United States is divided, the West Bank and the East Bank, but here the river runs north to south. I mean, it doesn't really run that way, but if you look at a map, the river's running from west to east, and then you have to go south to get to the West Bank. So it's really weird. If you cross the river, you're going south. The West Bank is south of New Orleans. Just go crazy. Oh, look at the little squirrel. Looks like a big rat. Big rat with a big tail. Hey, what's up, guys? Just looking at the comments. Got a lot of squirrels over here. Freaking Squirrel Haven. Happy Thursday, Daniel. How you doing? Beautiful day out here on the riverfront. Big river, huh? Take a ride. Take a ride in uptown New Orleans for y'all. Show y'all uptown New Orleans. You can only look at the river for so long. Out here enjoying it with me, that's one thing, because you can enjoy it with me, but Hold on 1 second, guys. Gotta put my seatbelt on. Can't drive without a seatbelt, right? Alright. We don't need the air conditioning. Oh, it's hot out here. Boom, boom, boom. No parking on tree roots. I gotta put the air conditioner on. Hold on a second, it'll be kind of loud, guys. Sweating my buttocks off. Alright, if you're just coming in, welcome to the stream, welcome to the live stream. Smash the thumbs up button on your way in and say hello. Introduce yourself, where you're watching from, all that good stuff. Ah, freaking speed bump. That's the Mississippi River over there, guys. Hey, what's up, Uncle Chuckles? Yeah, double tap, double tap. Is this like TikTok? You can double tap. Yeah, is it blurry to y'all? The screen looks blurry to me. Maybe it's my eyes. Maybe my eyes are blurry. We're in uptown New Orleans, guys. As soon as I get out the Audubon Park area, I'll show y'all some cool looking houses, some cool looking architecture and French and Spanish architecture from the late 1800s or early 1900s usually. Some of these houses are pretty old. I just rolled over the levee, the Mississippi River levee, which keeps the river in its path, in its banks. Now we're in the city side of the, city side of the area, protected area from the river. The river protects the city up to 24 feet or something like that. Most of the levees are 24 feet high, and the river is usually around 10 to 14 feet. When it got to 17 2 weeks ago, and they were talking about opening the spillway, which is where they divert some water into the Lake Pontchartrain, and the Lake Pontchartrain empties into the Gulf of Mexico, or the Gulf of America, whichever you prefer. But the river crested about 2 weeks ago, and it stayed under 17 feet, and so they didn't have to open the spillway. Spillway is bad ecologically because it diverts a lot of fresh water into the Lake Pontchartrain, which was the estuary of the Mississippi River, and it's brackish water. It's mixed fresh water and salt water. So yeah, it kills a lot of fish. There's a lot of algae blooms. There's a lot of algae blooms and big fish kill usually. We're on Laurel Street right now. This is uptown. This is what a lot of the houses look like right here. They have little stoops, which is like 2 or 3 steps, 4 or 5 steps. That's what a lot of the houses look like. All these are all new, you can tell. They have a lot of work done to them. But these are the old style houses here. Some of them had screened in porches like this. It's pretty cool. Little screened in porch. Or not. Some of them need a lot of work. And some of them have already had work done. That means a lot of them are 80, 90 years old. Or over 100 years old. This is a nice looking. You can tell this. Yeah. You can tell this house had a lot of work done to it. It's really nice. You got a lot of rain in Kentucky? Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm from this area, but I don't really live here anymore. I'm just visiting because my son has college graduation Saturday. He's graduating from Louisiana Tech, which is in North Louisiana, and I'm in South Louisiana, so we have like a 5-hour drive to get to North Louisiana to see my son graduate, grad school actually. Last year we went to regular graduation, and this year we're doing the grad school. The streets are terrible here. Saturday we're doing the grad school. See what this big pink sign says. No sale of public land for drilling, mining, logging, which cause climate disaster. Climate change is real. States Indians? I don't know. I don't know anything. I know they got a lot of Indian names for streets around here. Like the Chapatoulas Indians. Chapatoulas Native Americans, whatever they want to be called. Is a street. It's a very popular street up here. And it's behind me actually, but there's a Starbucks. Fancy Starbucks. This is a pizza place here. This is the main shopping area here. This is called Magazine Street. This is where a lot of people do a lot of the shopping and the restaurants, and down further they have a lot of like art places. Not museums, but like, what do they call the places that sell art? Can't think of the name right now. Fancy kind of art things. What are the places called that sell art? Can't think of it. Yeah, I can't believe that plantation burned down. I hope nobody set it on fire. Unapologetic American. I hope nobody did that intentionally, because, there's a lot of hate towards plantations and plantation owners and stuff like that, which I can understand, but that doesn't give you the right to go burn something down on purpose. Commit arson. I mean, if it was an accident, that's sad. But if somebody did it intentionally, that's really ridiculous. A lot of restaurants and varsity sports. I think they sell like running gear and stuff. Here's a big grocery store called Whole Foods. Kind of pricey, but a lot of people live around here are pretty rich actually, so they can afford it. It's like art gallery. Is that what it is? Like art galleries? There's a lot of art galleries here. Here's a clothing store called Jean Therapy. Some $200 jeans. It used to be $120 jeans. I thought that was expensive, but now I'm sure they're over $200 with inflation. All right, 0 people watching. Awesome, guys. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. All 0 of y'all. That's the Poitras home. Maybe I'll leave this so people can watch it later. Not everybody has free time at 2 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. This is what Magazine looks like in 2025, guys. If you want to see what your house looked like, 10 years ago in 2035, this is what the neighborhood looked like. Guys Pool Boys is pretty popular, I think. How colorful the houses are here. Oh, school's on. Put my phone down. if the camera, I doubt the cameras know how to do that. If they can, my wife's gonna get a ticket because it's her car. I saw a video the other day. The guy got pulled over because the police officer thought he was playing on his phone or using his phone. It's like, I guess some states have a no handheld law. No, but he was eating like a sandwich or a hamburger or something, and he said, "Oh, I didn't have my phone." It was all on video. And so the guy said, "I'm gonna just let you off with a warning," because he couldn't be sure that he had a phone in his hand. He was from too far away, and you know what I'm saying. Parking is at a premium around here. Hard to get parking around here. A lot of places don't have their own, they don't have parking lots. So you have to try to find a spot on the street. And it usually comes with disastrous results. Art gallery. Yeah, it says art gallery. Yeah, it says art gallery right there. So I guess it is called an art gallery. Simply Cannabis, New Orleans THC dispensary. I don't know the rules right now. I'm sure, I know it's not recreational, so, but I think it's, I don't even know if it's medicinal. I don't keep up with that kind of stuff because I don't smoke, so it doesn't affect me. So I mean, you really can't see when you're trying to cross streets, you know. You just kind of got to go slow and hope for the best. Electrical fire? I hope it was an accident, because that was a beautiful place, even though, you know, it has, you know, from bad origins and stuff, but that doesn't mean we're supposed to burn down every plantation. Let's see what street we're on. I think we're on Jenna Street. Jena. That it says that because it's a trial for a nationwide attention, and he got sent to Jenna, Louisiana, which is kind of like the middle of nowhere. It's a small town in the center of Louisiana. I forgot what trial it was, but it was some prominent. It was a prominent, you know, popular, newsworthy guy. I can't think of it. I wish I knew the name of it now, because this is beautiful Britannia Street. There's some nice homes on Britannia. Yeah, I hope it was an accident, not somebody lighting it on fire on purpose. How's the connection? Is it choppy, or is it pixelated, or is it the quality's good? I'm worried about my cell phone signal strength. There's a popular Mackenzie's. It's not Mackenzie's anymore, but it's called Creole Creamery now, and it's like a local at night. You know, after you go to dinner, whatever, you go there. A lot of people go there, enjoy some ice cream. Right here's the Britannia Theater. It's an old-time movie theater. I think they have two screens, really popular. It's called the Britannia Movie Theater. And it's two little screens. Well, I mean, it's got to be 60, 70 years old. Turning on at Jefferson Avenue. It's part of the city now, but at one time it was annexed off as part of Jefferson Parish, which is where I live, which is the next little town over. Not a town, but it's a suburb. It's not even a city, so it's a huge area. Over 100,000 people live there, but it's not a city because it's a suburb. It's hard to explain. It's just a town, but it's a huge town where 120, 130,000 people live in an area called Metairie. Come on. Green light, go. I'm gonna catch another red light, watch. I'm gonna catch a red light, watch. This is beautiful St. Charles Avenue. Or just the avenue for short. Yes, I made it. On St. Charles Avenue. Very important street here. It goes from uptown all the way to downtown, all the way to Canal Street. Right on the other side of Canal Street, it changes names to Royal Street. Into the French Quarter is called Royal Street. This street has some of the biggest homes in the city. It's mostly oak tree lined. There's a streetcar that runs down the center of it, both ways. For sale. That little house is for sale. Somebody might, if it's legal, they'll probably bulldoze it and build something beautiful, but they have a lot of coding around here that won't permit you to tear down some things. If it's a historic building, they won't let you tear it down. They won't even let you renovate it without special permission. They want to know what you're going to do to it before you got to submit your plan, and it's got to get past the committee or whatever. Look at this one. If you're just joining, we're on St. Charles Avenue in uptown New Orleans. We're looking at homes. That one's not so nice, but look at those over there. Look at the oak trees here. Oak tree line, St. Charles Avenue. Let me try to catch an address. The address will tell you how many blocks we are from Canal Street. It's probably like, oh, there it is, 6126. 61 blocks from Canal Street. Behind me. So the addresses are going up this way as you go further away from downtown. This is Loyola University. Very, very important university of the New Orleans. Loyola University, and next to that is Tulane University. I believe Loyola is a Catholic university. And I think Tulane is just like a private university. Holy Name of Jesus. Catholic Church, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna have to be a Catholic church. And over here is where we just came from, Audubon Park. Audubon Park goes from St. Charles Avenue all the way to the river. It's a huge park. People do exercise, ride bikes. It's really nice. Relatively safe too, believe it or not. I mean, I wouldn't be going there at night, but I wouldn't go anywhere at night really. In the country, you gotta be careful if you go anywhere these days. There's so many beautiful oak trees in that area. Trees 150, 200 years old, some of them. Here's a private neighborhood here. Audubon Place is a private street. Unauthorized entry is illegal. Smash the thumbs up button if you're just joining in, if you're just stopping in. Let us know where you're watching from the United States or somewhere around the world. Anywhere around the world, let us know where you're watching from. This is St. Charles Avenue Baptist Church. Most of the people here are Catholic people. Catholic is the most common religion. Graduation time 2025. The 5's backwards. Forgot to tell them your five turned around backwards. There's a Loyola University Broadway campus. This is because Broadway was the street we just passed. Mobile, Alabama, the unapologetic American. I know I've seen some of your videos before. What's your channel called? What's your channel's name? This is almost the end of, we're almost to the end of New Orleans, where it changes into Jefferson Parish. We have parishes here, we don't have counties. I think it's the only, school zone. I think it's the only state in the Union that doesn't have counties. We have 64 parishes. And New Orleans is located in Orleans Parish. It's funny because it's New Orleans, but when you say the parish, it's always Orleans Parish, but you don't say New Orleans. That funny? That weird? I mean, some people say New Orleans, but you don't say New Orleans if you're from here. It's New Orleans. Some people say Nolans, but that's not really the way people say it here. This is the streetcar tracks here that go up Carrollton Avenue. That's Carrollton Avenue. That goes into the mid-city area of the city. All right, let's go, buddy. There's nothing coming. There's a popular restaurant there called Camellia Grill. It's like it's like a soda fountain restaurant where you sit in like bar stool, not a bar stool, like it's a circle seat where it swivels. It's hard to explain, but you just sit there and you tell the guy what you want, and they just got a bunch of waiters behind the counter, and they just take your drink order, bring you food, take your food order. All they gotta do is turn around from the cook, the person that cooks the food, and hand you your food really fast. There's no going back to the kitchen and getting it because the kitchen is open. It's all open. You can watch all the guys cook your food. And this is the river. This is the Mississippi River levee. That's what protects the city from the river water. Like 24 feet high, I believe. They're constantly monitoring the levee to make sure there's no leaks or it's not being compromised. Because if that levee goes, the city's going to be flooded really fast. Because this is like the city's in like a bowl, and it's protected by levees all around. On the north side, it's protected from the Lake Pontchartrain is what's our northern part of the city is bordered by Lake Pontchartrain, which is a huge lake that's connected to the Gulf of Mexico. So during Katrina, that's what happened. Hurricane Katrina, that's what happened. One of the ways that the city got flooded was the levees that hold the lake water in were compromised, were breached, and so the water just poured into the city nonstop. I mean, it's never ending because we're below sea level. A lot of the city's below sea level, so when that levee broke, it just flooded the city. Most of the city had 4 to 6 feet of water, some more, some less. Not too many dry parts. The French Quarter may have been dry because the French Quarter was the original part of the city, and that's the highest part. I mean, there was a reason that they built the city there, right? It was the highest part it's maybe above sea level. So it's funny when you're walking in the French Quarter, you can see ships. Ships are higher because the river's higher. You can see the ships pull by you. You walk into the street, and the street ends at the river, right? And you can just see the big old huge ship just going. It's funny to see a ship higher than the street, but that's how it is here. All right, we're cross these railroad tracks, and we'll be in Jefferson Parish. This is the end of New Orleans here. Yep. Once you go over those railroad tracks, here's the levee, which has floodgates. That, well, maybe not floodgates, but right here from there to there is where the levee system is. And you know, if there was a hurricane coming, they would put sandbags and close that road, close that street right there, so where you couldn't travel this way because there'd be sandbags 12 to 16 feet high. But now we're in my hometown of Metairie. This is Jefferson Parish. This is where I was born and raised. See that hospital, the big building up front? That's where my kids were born. Both of my kids were born there, 2001 and 2003. Both of my kids were born there. It's only 6 or 8 minutes from the house. I live relatively close to that hospital. That's probably that's the closest hospital to my house. Oh, that is the name of your channel? For some reason I thought you had a different name to your channel. The Unapologetic American. How's YouTube treating you? You been posting videos? I hadn't seen you post in a while. That's the Mississippi River levee, right there. Right on the other side of that is the river. There's not much more to see here, guys. It's just suburban United States, suburbia, as we call it. Just, you know, just a nice little area, nice little quiet area. This is the hospital here. The hospital's a huge, huge structure. Many buildings, many parking garages. I mean, it's probably over 100 acres. The whole campus. That's the cancer center. It's a huge, huge, huge complex. They got a heliport where the helicopters can land. I think I'm gonna end the video here, guys. There's not anything to see here. It's just driving it back to the house now. Smash the thumbs up button if you haven't, and subscribe if you haven't, all that good stuff. Hey, thank y'all for watching. Thanks, Unapologetic American. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out from Metairie, Louisiana, Jefferson Parish. Peace.